Welcome, welcome Aquarius. Welcome to Keykey's doorway. Let's see what you, masculine, feminine, and soulmate will be experiencing emotionally and energetically for November 20th to November 27th, 2018. God, Gaia, Goddess, God, Mother, Father. Okay. What will masculine or Mr. and Miss Aquarius and their soulmate will be experiencing? Okay. Put that right there. Right. Masculine Aquarius. In your past life, you were a Celtic, or you helped organize the foundation of what a Celtic is. And my mind's eye, my third eye, is giving me, yes, green as Gaia, planet Earth. And as you were walking, you seen how each cell or each connection to the earth made or makes another. Just like the four directions of our world, the four core emotions that we experience, the four elements to help us understand the fifth. Four elements being earth, what makes us grounded and stable. Water, what are we emotionally and intuitively tied to? Air, how do we learn by communication or communion? Fire, how does that communication or communion spark an interest for making not just what we speak, but making it in physical form? And the fifth, from that ignition, created that willpower to make something visible and structured, like the earth, the moon, the sun, the star, the human mind or face, and the body as that key. That's for you, that you have experienced as a past life, but you're now using as your present. Female Aquarius, in your past life, you experienced from your masculine counterpart or your masculine side of yourself. Once, not only discovering while walking and actually utilizing each element to create it as a physical way of life. Like all new things, it causes people to speculate or to feel like, is this really for us or against us? So they might have imprisoned you and made you a servant to which you had cultivated. And that could cause resentment, Miss Aquarius. But understand this. From your past life, even when you were imprisoned or prosecuted or enslaved by the very thing you made, you always were able to walk out freely. To have even the people that had misjudged you come back to apologize and actually make it a reality that even in history we cannot dismiss that this practice, this way of life did exist. Soulmate. From the masculine in cultivating an idea and making a reality. From your feminine energy of experiencing how when strategizing can, yes, make a success, but feels like a sacrifice. You interpret it in your past life, soulmate, as food and hunger. This is what your soul originally wanted to experience, wanted to understand what does nourish the person's body, what does nourish the person's soul, what does make them want to purify or nourish themselves with water or any liquids to ignite that communion and communication from an emotion and energy, ideas. And in order for you to experience that in your past life, you had to yearn for that and see how to make it first a basic tool that everybody can utilize first. That's for you, soulmate, whoever you are. Masculine Aquarius, your action from experiencing the changes in your present is from the 5th house, your willpower. So you're using your 5th element. Your willpower, masculine Aquarius, is being tested but challenged in a way that you know suits you to cultivate. It's not going against you, if you're wondering, in this life, in the present. What your past wants to give you as that present is fear surrounding money. We are in the year of the Aquarius, and Aquarius is all about organizations, cultivating, seeing how things do tie together. And the changes that you are experiencing right now is, like all changes, it can feel very nerve-wracking and scary. Like, yes, we all know that we go to school, that we go to work, that we go to meet our friends, that we go to our hobbies or interests, that we even pick the things that we love to do for ourselves in our lives. But all those things that I just mentioned started off with nervousness and fear. Why? How would I be perceived? How would I connect with the very thing that is in my daily life? And that fear will become fearlessness in how to obtain your material gains. You had it all along, the wisdom. You are a Celtic. You not only were a Celtic, but you helped to create what a Celtic is. In this who we are as a human being. So accept help from others and the changes that you're making. Because like all changes, yes, it's nerve-wracking because it's new. It's like a new work. Yes, you got accepted and hired for the job, but how would you be connected to the rest of the employees and staff? Going to school, yes, you know you're going to school, whatever grade that is, yet the way I dress, the way I talk, the way my creativity is my connection to my identity, and hopefully a connection to another, is always a little weary. Yet it does not stop us from walking out in this world, masculine Aquarius, so that uncertain self-employment will become self-employment. You'll realize that the actions that you're making in your changes is actually the very tools that will spark that idea of how to be self-employed. Female Aquarius, 3 to 5, seeing that self-worth, tapping into the masculine side of yourself. Miss Aquarius have given you the way of action, that fire, of how you do want to move and what changes that has occurred in your life, and how that does tie into the second house of Taurus, to your core value, your self-worth, who you are. Who you are is exactly how you do move in life, Miss Aquarius. And the third house of communication, which is the house of Gemini, another air sign, is here to say that from you communicating your passions, you're not only acting in your changes, but you're communicating your changes. It's like saying, oh yeah, I'm going to, let's see in this picture. I'm not only going to sit here and imagine my next move, I'm going to actually act on the very thing that I imagine and see as a reality, and can be a reality in my movements. And when people around you recognize that, because like communication is all about how people, when you commune, that means you're of gathering with more than one person. When somebody recognizes you, Miss Aquarius, they're going to say, wait, you're changing, you're moving in a certain way. Why is that? And you'll be able to communicate from your feminine energy of not just your strategy, but how you want to use that drive from your masculine energy to connect and move you in that direction, and has moved you in that direction, whatever your changes is. Abundance and things are looking very good for you. Have patience at this time and make long-term plans, because you will have that support. Soulmate, and mind you, your past, Miss Aquarius, from you realizing that the people that might have misjudged you have given you the keys to walk out and be celebrated and rewarded for who you really are, and not what they thought you were. In your present life, you're taking action on those similar situations, and now you're seeing clearly how you're going to move on it. Soulmate, from your past life, as you walked in, what gives you that drive and what gives you that yearning to make an idea and have that idea become an ignition to cultivate? Soulmate? Wow. It's from your inner and outer strength. Yes, when we think of strength, this is the house of Leo, the 5th house. Like the masculine energy from your aspect that you had endured, those changes as well. And you seeing that from your feminine energies, that you had to connect that drive with how you communicate, and how that communication really does relate to the way you act. That now, how you are being presented and how you are seeing yourself as the strength, You knew even from your past life that your strength, your willpower, your fifth element has always given you the understanding that it takes will to make the wheel of fortune, to make the wheel of change. And you always had protection and your angels guiding you and your ancestors and source lighting the way. See, the masculine feminine is right there. Wow, I didn't see that. With, I believe, is this the moon? Is this the earth? And you're walking towards your abundance, just like the masculine feminine counterpart is experiencing and emotionally doing through their actions for November 20th to November 27th. So, remember, soulmate, from your great inner strength, and you're in the house of Aquarius, of that organization, of that communion, it will, those changes you're making and had endured is giving you the strength to move forward. So release any harsh judgments that you had experienced and you have experienced. Okay? So do not get sidetracked or feel like this is that releasing harsh judgments is foolish. It's not. It's actually the right thing to do to create the pathway to lead and travel towards what gives you joy and what gives you inner peace. So forgiveness and compassion will be experienced for you, soulmate, for this week. See how your strength has given you the ability to make those changes in your life. I love you. I love you, Mr. and Miss Aquarius. I love you, soulmate. We will see you on the other side.